Minister, thank you for being with us. We know Croatia is facing several issues that deserve our attention, such as judicial independence, in particular to protect whistleblowers and journalists investigating corruption, or even the pushbacks at the borders, but also whether Chapter 31 of Montenegro's accession, which is common foreign and security policy, could be opened tomorrow, or Croatia will block it. So, dear Minister, we appreciate if you would elaborate to all of us these issues. Thank you, Minister.
Thank you, Laura. Dear Minister, you have the floor to respond.
Thank you so much for this question. I appreciate it very much. Yes, and first of all, it was the Croatia and Slovenia. I know very much on our neighborhood, and together with Slovenia, we entered the European Union. First of all, Slovenia entered before Croatia did. And I can say that Slovenia helped our accession to the European Union. But however, I'd like to answer you briefly and so properly. We, through our accession process and prior to it, we have repeatedly expressed our readiness to resolve the open border issue with Slovenia before the International Tribunal for the Law of the Sea as the most competent body for solving similar disputes, as well as before the International Court of Justice. Just this in the history of this this file, the border issue. In order to remove hindrances and to complete its accession to the EU, Croatia did accept the Slovenian proposal to submit this issue for settlement before the ad hoc arbitral tribunal under the bilateral arbitration agreement concluding between two states, namely Croatia and Slovenia. As you all know, it did not get very well since the process was compromised and contaminated in a way that stand ready to resolve dispute with our neighbor, because we honestly believe that all open issues should be dealt with through dialogue. The fact that our cooperation is very good and vibrant in so many areas, by also Prime Minister 2 days ago emphasized that fact during the recent meeting. We have a lot of things in our own interest. It is in strengthening, for example, the common traffic infrastructure. In the interest of our citizens, we are now together in the Schengen zone. I think the political, of course, efforts needs to be made first of all, and the issue that can be also resolved later need to be overcome, and we are a good example for that. Yeah. So I can say that since we have also very good and friendly relations with both countries, also the North Macedonia and Bulgaria, we are good friends. We would also be ready to act as an honest broker if both Bulgaria and North Macedonia would deem it as a potentially useful. And that was the question of the distinguished parliamentarian from Bosnia and Herzegovina. Actually, I never, it was misinterpreted that, you know, just someone wants to find something and the sentence of the war to disqualify it, someone who is setting very positively. I spoke on a positively manner. Namely, what I wanted to say that Croatia is a member of EU, and so in this regard, that Croatia is ready and to help, to assist Bosnia and Herzegovina. It's in Croatia who is vocal proponent of the EU perspective of Bosnia and Herzegovina. It's now our interest to have Bosnia and Herzegovina, because we are closest neighbors. We share common history. And it is Croatia who actively was engaged, first of all, for Bosnia and Herzegovina to get the candidate status in December 2022. Now we also helped in this processes of negotiation with European Union. Just what we need, there is a negotiation framework. What we need, the substance of the framework substance of negotiations. I think there are some law required on the ground, and hopefully Bosnia and Herzegovina will soon negotiate with the European Union. But now it's up to political leaders in Bosnia and Herzegovina to engage themselves really in the interest of Bosnia and Herzegovina. The responsibilities in Bosnia and Herzegovina and their leaders. So who more than Croatia knows the history of Bosnia and Herzegovina? Me too. I was born in Bosnia and Herzegovina. My whole family is born, and I like Bosnia and Herzegovina. I appreciate very much also my connection with Minister of Foreign Affairs Konakovic. We always organized the Dubrovnik Forum where we attended, and we organized the panel where they participate the foreign ministers of the Western Balkans. And of course, when it comes to the Dayton Agreement, so we should know that Bosnia and Herzegovina is a multinational state. It's a multi-ethnic miniature. The principles of Bosnia and Herzegovina, the Dayton Agreement, the principles, they are one country, two entities, and three constituent peoples with a system of checks and balances. It's power sharing. And this Dayton Agreement was designed just not to prevent any domination of other ethnic group. So it is the question. So every constituent people should have equal rights. And it's Croatia who is helping, of course, to all the political leaders, no matter who are. And we are interested in the having a political stability of Bosnia and Herzegovina. We appreciate and territorial integrity of Bosnia and Herzegovina. Croatia was among the first to recognize Bosnia and Herzegovina on 7th of April 1992. So we are honest broker, we are honest friend. I think so. It must be visible and concrete proved. Montenegro, it's not the chapter 23 or 24, and you know that Croatia supported European and NATO perspective from the very beginning. And it was Croatia who, during EU presidency in 2020, on the end of June, I was then also at the time foreign minister, we opened the last chapter, namely competitiveness. And we also closed recently in three chapters, and now we also closed the chapter 5. But 31st, it is 31st chapter. It's good neighborly relations. Good neighborly relations. It must proved concretely. It's not blocked. So we give chance to Montenegro. Good neighborly relations, promoting regional stability, and good neighborly relations is overarching principle of European Union. Overarching principle of European Union. And we called also to refrain from any activities that can undermine good neighborly relations. I recently also visited Montenegro, and we signed with Foreign Minister Ibrahimovic and a very important agreement. It's a good step forward, return of the Roma to Croatian minority in Boka Kotorska, in Montenegro. I visited also my colleague in Belgrade. I visited my colleague in Bosnia and Herzegovina. I have a good communication to everyone. But however, as I mentioned, Croatia fulfill all its foreign policy goals. Croatia doesn't need anything. What we need is stability and of Western Balkans. And so when it comes to shadow fleet, so also we discussed it also during the FAC, Foreign Affairs Council on Monday. Foreign Minister Andriy Sibiha was also there. Of course, it is really concerned, and as this is how also Russia funds its war against Ukraine. By some accounts today, 70% of Russian seaborne oil moves via the shadow fleet. These ships are also old and dangerous. They are not insured and are poorly maintained, so they pose a big environmental risk. Croatia recognized this problem in the early days and endorsed the United Kingdom's call to action on the shadow fleet when it was launched in July last year. Our experts are part of the international working group on the Russian shadow fleet, which was established at the end of August 2024. This group shares also information on the operation and so on. In May this year, as the EU, we sanctioned almost 200 shadow fleet vessels. This was an important part of the 17th package of EU sanctions imposed on Russia over aggression in Ukraine. And of course, as the shadow fleet grows in size, we are ready to do more to prevent these ships from enabling Russia's war against Ukraine and to prevent its threat to the safety and security of seas and oceans. And finally, so we will be pleased to take part in the Black Sea Security Forum in Odessa in next year to continue also this important discussion. I was also the president of the new commission, and we had a very good cooperation with Black Sea Security Forum and initiative. So, and thank you so much for your kind invitation. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Minister.